Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. Y'all, I'm back with another story time about my dating experiences on a dating app. So for those of y'all that's new here, I recently been on a dating app and the dates have been horrendous. So I feel like I just gotta document this because I just can't keep this inside. Like, this should be told so you guys can know what kind of foolishness is out here. What Rob said. And he said he aware that the dating pool is fucked. It's really fucked. Anywho, so I met this guy on a dating app, and me and him, we was just chatting up on the dating app. We finally exchanged numbers. When we exchanged numbers, he was kind of moving a little fast because he wanted me to come to his house. It wasn't even his house, y'all. He wanted me to come to his sister's house and get in the pool one day. Like, you don't even know me, so I could be a mass murderer, a serial killer. Like, you want your neck sliced? Anyhow, I'm TikTok. I do not condone violence. But anywho, he invited me to his house, and I was like, no, I don't want to. No, that's not going to be a first date. No, thank you. So this one particular time, okay, let me give y'all a little backstory about him or whatever. Like, first of all, from his profile, I thought he had his stuff together. You know, they be flogging. Y'all can't go by these pictures, okay? They be trying to tell us, acting like we catfishing and all this good stuff. But baby, they be catfishing too with their lifestyle. Yeah. So yeah, they be catfishing with their little lifestyle. They be having all these pictures of designers. We don't even know if it's fake or real. Or like they in the club, bottles in front of them. We don't even know if the homeboy bought it. Probably like 10 of them went half on the bottle. We don't know. We don't know the backstory. But we just going by visual, by a picture. You get what I'm saying? But anywho, so yeah, his picture, he looked like, I thought he was doing a little something. His pictures looked like he was out, like he was an outgoing person or whatever. We got to check. He told me he had 2 kids. He told me he was oh my God, I just realized, another chef. That's why, shout out to you, sis, that was like, when he said chef, you should have ran. It must be something. What's the tea with chefs? Because this boy was a chef too. Oh my God. Anywho, he was a chef. He was working at, I think at a casino or something like that, he told me. So yeah, he was working in this casino. He was a chef, but he was in the process of looking for new employment because he was like, they wasn't giving him a lot of hours. So he was looking for a new employee and a new job and everything like that. Also, we did have a brief conversation about, he said he stayed with his sister. He told me he stayed with his sister, and he was like, oh, I think I gotta move out of my sister's house. My sister said I'm not giving her enough money. He was like, I just recently gave her $500, but she said that's not enough. I don't know. This is what he's telling me. I don't know what's going on. This is what he's telling me. So one particular day, he was like, he had an interview, and he was like, oh yeah, I got an interview or whatever. Okay, sidebar. For y'all, for those of you who don't know, I'm from Miami, the real Miami, 305 Dade County. I'm from Dade County. He's from Broward County. A lot of people from Broward County don't really know, like, how can I put this? A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people don't really know too much about Dade County. Like, they don't know, like, when I say too much, they don't know like the streets and like how far stuff is. They probably just know, like, okay, I know Liberty City or Overtown or Kansas City, Miami Garden, stuff like that. They probably know like stuff like that, but they don't be knowing like how far stuff is. And I say that for a reason, because this guy was going on an interview, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in your area. He was like, I'm gonna be in your area. And so after the interview, he was like, I'm gonna bring you some lunch or whatever the case may be. Now, when he was saying my area, he was meaning my job, because I was at work then. My job is in North Miami. Y'all keep up. My job is in North Miami. He lives in Broward. He was like, I'm gonna be in Miami. That's what he said, right? So I was like, cool. So when he was texting me, like, I work at an elementary school, for you guys that do not know. We get out at, like, my kids was getting out at 1:50, so probably about like 2:30, between 2:30 and 3:20, I was out of there or whatever. So when he was texting me, I'm like, it's getting close to dismissal. You might don't be able to catch me. You might have to leave the food with somebody else, like at the front or something like that. I might be in the back or whatever the case may be. So, y'all, it was dismissal time. We're out front with my kids because we go directly in front by the buses because I work with special needs children. So I see this guy get out of the car, like the car looking like it's an Uber with a thing of food. So I'm just looking, the day before we had just FaceTime. So like, I'm thinking that you wouldn't recognize me if you see me because we literally just FaceTime each other. Like, I had the same hairstyle, everything. We literally just FaceTime. So I see this guy get out. So I'm looking like, I'm just staring at him like, is he gonna say something to me? He looking at me, but he looking away. He looking at me, looking away, like he wasn't sure that was me. So then I whispered to my coworker, and I was like, oh girl, this boy's supposed to bring me food. I just met him, whatever. I think this him right here. It's so awkward because why he not saying anything to me? Because I literally just FaceTime him. Like, how do you not recognize me when I literally just FaceTime you? We just was on the phone for a whole like a hour maybe, like the night before. So I'm telling her, and she just laughing and cracking up, thinking it's a fucking game, thinking it's funny. So she was like, "Walk off." The coworker tell me, "Walk off. Go back into school." So I was like, "Cool." I went back into school. So then he finally mustered up the courage to say, "Hey, I'm looking for Alexis." That's my real name. He was like, "I'm looking for Alexis. I come to bring her some food." He told the security guard that she overheard, and so as soon as she overheard, she came in the classroom to my class. So bad. She comes to me in the classroom. She like, girl, yeah, that's him. He asked for Alexis. He was like, I want to bring her some food or whatever. So in the meantime, I'm texting him. Like, hey, I'm in the classroom with a student because now it's awkward. The whole situation is awkward now. I don't even want to say, hey, it's me. Like, I feel so awkward now. So I'm texting him like, hey, I'm in the class with a student or whatever. Could you give the food to my coworker? So the coworker was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the front and I'm gonna get the food from you or whatever. So then she did that. She was like, oh, and she also told him she's in the classroom with a student or whatever. She told me to get the food and bring it to her. I'll give it to her. So he was like, okay, cool. Tell her or whatever. I'm gonna talk to her later or whatever the case may be. So the coworker bring me the food. He never responded to my text message. So I'm like, dang, why he not responding to my text message when I'm texting him? So fast forward like not an hour later, but probably like 30 minutes later, we pack our things up. We getting ready to leave. At least that's what I thought. So we walking towards the front of the gate and we see him still standing there. So I'm like, bitch, he's still out there. She like, okay, go in the teacher's lounge. I'm finna go outside. I goes in the teacher's lounge. She walks outside and she was like, asking him like, what's up? And he was like, could you call her for me? He asked the coworker there that to call me. So I get on the phone with him and I'm like, she was like, hey, he want to speak to you. So I was like, hey, what's up? I got the food. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I was in the back with a student. I had some things going on. I had to call a parent. This is what I'm telling him. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. I just want to make sure you got the food. He was like, but I said, I'll text you. He was like, yeah, my phone is off right now. My phone is off right now. I'm going to go pay it right now. I'm about to go pay it right now. I was like, oh, okay. I said, okay, well, what's it? So I'm like, okay, well, just text me, let me know you made it home or this and that, whatever. So I'm on the phone still with a coworker. She walking towards the faculty's parking lot, and he finally left. She said he was hesitant, like he was still standing there. She said, I don't know if he was waiting on a ride or what's going on, but then he ended up walking. So we still on the phone. She said, just stay in the teacher's lounge, don't come out yet. So I finally so she finally gets in her car and she like, okay, she was telling me where he was at. This boy ended up being on a bus stop, y'all. I don't know if he caught the bus home. I don't know what. And then what made matters worse, it started raining. I feel so sorry for the guy. But I'm like, first of all, he never told me he didn't have a car. Like, if he would have told me he didn't have a car, it's no way. I'm not a inconsiderate person. I wouldn't have told you to catch your Uber all the way to my job just to bring some food with no car. That's crazy. So she like, hey, he at the bus stop. So I'm like, I'm on the phone with her. She was like, okay. She's like, okay, he's at this park. He's standing at the bus stop. She was like, but you could come out because the bus stop that he was standing at, she was explaining to me like his back was turned. Like, so if I walk to the parking lot, he won't be able to see me because his back is turned. So she was like, oh my God, like he's waiting on the bus or whatever and all of that. So fast forward to that. I finally got in the car, left or whatever. Fast forward, probably like an hour later, he texted me and was like his phone, let me know his phone was back on, that he was headed home and all of this, right? So I'm like, I started asking him about the interview. So I'm like, well, how was the interview? He was like, yeah, it was okay. He was like, but it's kind of far or whatever. I was like, where is it? And he was like, Coral Gables. I said, you came all the way from Coral Gables to bring me food, to bring me lunch? I work in North Miami, you guys. Miami people. Yeah. So, y'all, I gotta crank up my lunch break about over. So I'm trying to, let's see. But listen, so she like, so the boy was like, yeah, it's in Coral Gables. I'm like, boy, you came all the way from Coral Gables to Miami to North Miami to bring me some food. I'm like, why would you do that? And mind you, I didn't even say, and you wasn't driving. Mind you, he still didn't tell me that he didn't have no car. I knew that because I saw it. Like, I visually saw that he got dropped off and he was on a bus stop. You know, I still never mentioned, and you ain't have no car or whatever. I just was like, that's far. I'm thinking you like in my area. You not in my area. Coral Gables from North Miami to Coral Gables, y'all, it's at least an hour. At least, especially in traffic, because it was like 2 o'clock maybe. So yeah, I'm like, boy, you did not have to do all that. That's a lot. And I thanked him, and I felt even more bad because the boy was in the car. The boy was on the bus or got dropped off. I hope he got there, but that's far as hell. Like, and the food was horrible. It was so nasty. Lord, listen. I was like, thank you and everything like that or whatever. I appreciate it. I'm like, but you ain't have to do all that because, you know, that's really, really far. Coral Gables from North Miami is really far, sweetie. Like, you did not have to do all that. But, so then we was talking. We still was talking for a little minute. Probably like the next day, then he started texting me saying, yeah, you know, I have to be gone out of my sister's house by such and such date and whatever. You know, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go. And I was like, oh, wow. Dude, what's your plan? Like, what you going to do? He was like, I don't know. So, y'all, what y'all think happened next? So then I was like, you know, what's your plan? He was like, I don't know, whatever. It's probably like 30 minutes later, this boy asked me, could I come stay with you? Could you come stay with me? I'm like, oh, baby, you can't. I don't know, baby. I can't do that, baby. No. You can't come here. You can't come here. Are you okay? Y'all, I cannot make this up. I cannot make this shit up. I promise that boy asked could he come stay with me, y'all. So, after I said no, he was like, oh, okay, or whatever. He was still at it, though. He was still adamant about getting my attention. Don't you know this boy texted me? I think the following day it was like, how long you was single? So I told him how long I was single. He was like, I'm about to change that. I'm about to change your situation, your status. So y'all, I politely said to him, let me lock my car. I politely said to him, like, I was like, listen, with all due respect, the last thing you should be worried about is being in a relationship. I say you need to worry about getting yourself together. You need to worry about finding a better job. You need to worry about finding a place to live and getting a car. You should not be worried about being in a relationship. I feel like that's the realest thing somebody could have told him. But, of course, he didn't like it. Like, that was the last I heard from him. Oopsie.